All right, all right. What's up, Honey Badger Nation? I'm John Kitchens and got the man, Mr. Albie Stasek from the land, tuning in. What you rocking the McLaren?
Yeah. Me and Matthew, we had to run up and run a couple errands. So Matthew wanted to take the McLaren. I said, let's go.
Let's go.
So
Let's go.
yeah, that's
I
fun,
love
man.
it.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm outdoors, for July in Texas. Being able to sit outdoors, without just like in a full sweat, is a good thing. So I'll take it while we can.
It's 91 up here. Yesterday hit 93, and that heat index is high because it's steamy. It's not comfortable, but I'm not complaining. We were at the boat all weekend, and the weather was like 75 and sunny. Like it couldn't have been better.
It's beautiful.
Up by the lake, it cools you off a little bit.
Yeah,
but
yeah. You guys have been warmer than us, which is just crazy to even think about.
Yeah, it gets steamy. You know that dew point. That's gonna get you. That's what gets you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure. So nice and safe, long, great weekend out on the boat.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, and then just back to the same old hitting it, connecting. We just found out that the Tony Robbins event is sold out. So we're inviting some people. Last few tickets that we have available. They're gonna go. Just getting some last minute confirmations from people. They're excited about that. We launched the announcement and pre-sale for Rock and Rescue.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I heard.
And so, yeah, it's September 16th in the land. And we've already sold a handful of cabanas. I mean, they went quick. There are some still left. And we sold a bunch of tickets too. So we're excited about that event. And yeah, man, full go on events,
Yeah, buddy, man. What's up, everybody tuning in, man? If you guys have any questions or comments, throw it in there, and Mr. Albie Stasek and I will dive deep with you. Anything that's on your mind that we can help you work through. Definitely talking events. I think that's the big theme right now, right? Events, the right way, to invite and get folks to events. I was listening to one of Rogan's podcasts. It might have been the one with Scott Eastwood. It's good. It's really good. But they were talking about this is kind of a resemblance of the Roaring '20s. And like people are losing their mind, right? And they're going hard. And I mean, from where you just came from, I'm sure you witnessed a lot of that. And people just want to be around people.
Might even participated in some of
it. But he shared some some things to kind of consider of how history repeats itself. And he says, we're seeing the same thing, and it could be another resemblance of that. And so knowing people want to be around people, I mean, events are going to explode, and just make sure you guys just harness that skill set of invite.
Yeah, really, it's a combination of that and taking it to the next level is doing your own events in your marketplace. It really, we say it's heavy, but it's really doable. And then it just boils down to getting people to the event. So make sure that whatever you are going to teach, that you're an expert at it. If you go up and try to wing it, I'm not saying you can't get away with that, but you should really know what you're talking about, and I believe it'll come out genuine, and you're going to add value, and it's if you think it's content that you've heard before a million times, not everyone has. Maybe you have.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
I can tell you this: the easiest one to do is a panel, an agent panel. And there's so many different agent panels you could do. You could do an agent panel that of agents that are local that are they just do really well with social media and putting their content out on a consistent basis and having them share. You could do a team leader panel. You could do
here's the top three, Albie. Here's the top three that I've seen. Top three topics, and you're nailing them, right? Number one is, how can I grow my brand through social? Right, that's the first one that was on your mind. That's the first one you shared. That's the number one thing agents think about. The other one that I've seen a lot of that people are interested in is, how can you help me double my business? Right. So how can we grow and double my business? And then the other is, man, how can I build a team? Right. So like, if you think about that, obviously think about the audience, that who's going to be there, but just know that those three topics are the top three topics that most agents are always thinking about. How can you help me double my business? How can I help me build a team? And how can you help me build my brand through social? Man, if you latch onto one of those three or all three or whatever, you're going to win. People want to be in they want to see those panels and those conversations. And you crushed right before pandemic, man. I think you had one of the best panel sessions in the market. I mean, I had buzz about it for months. How well of a job that you guys did with that event.
Man, we did it. We had a good one here in Cleveland, and it was like raining sideways, lightning, thunder. It was like a really bad weather day, and we still got people. The room was still packed, but we took the concept and we duplicated it in Columbus, and then we did it again in Dayton. Did we do it in Cincinnati? I don't remember, but that's how easy it is. You can literally do it anywhere that you have some top agents, and make sure that it's a topic, one of the three that John talked about, or again, it depends on your audience. You can also go very niche with something that a lot of people want to learn about too, and how to best secrets on your listing appointment, your listing presentations. Get some listers in there. Obviously, anybody who's going to agree to this would be they'd be a giver. Someone who wouldn't, you don't want them there anyway. But someone who's willing to give away their best secrets on listings, that'd be huge, I think. And what we're doing later this month, our panel, it's twofold. It's team leaders, and then each team leader, their team members, and it's all knowledge, and the tiers and the value that they get is their members and their teamers wants to share all their
brother, we lost you.
Even why they feel they're more profitable. Yeah, we back now.
Hey, brother, we lost. Yeah, we lost most of that. Say that again. I know, because what you were about to share is gold.
Are we back now?
I got you hit and miss a little bit. I can hear you now.
It's probably the area. It'll get better.
I'll share when we get you a little bit better service. Definitely a couple of the things coming up. I mean, I love that going niche on something, because that's going to attract a certain type of person. I would just say, here's the other thing with events, guys, and I think you got to do it even as an inviter going to other people's events, is what's the goal, right? Dan Kennedy 101, you've got to have two objectives for every event. What's the goal? And then what's the secondary goal? And so I'll give you, for an example, we're doing the boot camp with our ATL crew, Levi and, Dan and James and Ron and the whole ATL crew. Morris are really, we sat down and we were like, okay, hey, what's the number one objective of this event? And they were like, hey, we want to train our downline. That's the number one thing. We want to get them trained. We're like, okay, cool. Then what's number two? And then they were like, well, we definitely want to use it for agent attraction. I said, okay, great. Well, now we have our top two objectives. Now we know the content and what we're trying to establish. So what I would say too, Al, if you're trying to host an event, you're wanting to put one on, make sure you run through, hey, what's the goal? What's the number one objective? And then what's the secondary goal to be able to, have to make sure that we're, accomplishing that with the content and the invite and who's going to be there. Back to your panel, what you were talking about with panels. And so we got a good question. Do the panels that you've run consist of only EXP people?
No, you maybe want one EXP person. Am I back, or can you not hear me?
Yeah, you're back, bud. Yep, we got you.
Yeah, I would always have at least one person from EXP, yes, but then the rest you want other brokerages. Prospects, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the same strategy. Yeah, they want to be on, man. It's the same strategy that, if you're doing a show like a podcast or a live stream show, man, you can leverage that show and podcast to invite other agents from other companies on to build that relationship, right? Invite them on, ask them questions, and use that as a springboard to start the relationship. And then from there, maybe being able to invite them to an event as well. So, I mean, there's absolutely, because you had like one of the top KW teams, you had one of the top like local brokerage teams, like you were very strategic on who you put on that panel.
Yeah. And, and I think that, when you're talking about what's the goal, it's kind of interesting and to think about it, because I believe there's multiple goals on events. I think that one goal for sure is adding value to as many agents, and then you could ask, okay, well, the next goal is, why are we adding value? Well, this just goes to marketing principles, building an audience and building trust within the audience. And then that nurtures new relationships with people who are coming. So you're building you're building your audience that way. And then you're deepening the relationships with your existing people who come. So that it's all of these goals, which can then lead to and I think that's what we're doing. Those are the goals. You
had a cliffhanger. You froze on us there when you were sharing that little nugget. You just like we were hanging on the word. You froze up on us. So you got to share. Yeah. You got to say that again.
I think it was just adding value, growing that audience, deepening the relationships with your existing agents, and then adding, growing your audience with the people that are new, all for the, I guess you could call the BHAG goal. At the end game is partnering with us, having that conversation of partnering with us at EXP. That I think all roads leads to that. Now, your agents are going to be like, there's already going to be checks in the boxes. Your agents are going to be trained, whether they're on your team or your revenue share group. There's going to be a check in that box. Everyone's going to get value from it. But we could do those events just privately among our own teams and brokerages. But the real question is, why are we inviting all the agents from around the marketplace? It's to obviously, recruit. Yeah, but that come through okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. And so what have you seen with the other brokerages and team leads being open and willing to share their ideas and their strategies?
Oh yeah, it becomes See, it's all about the leader, and shouldn't say that. It's all about who's leading this, who they pick. It's always going to be about the who. If you have the right who's up on it, it's just going to flow, and it's also great because it takes the pressure off of you as a presenter to have to present for however long, right? So, I mean, I just like panels.
I do too, man.
Better than anything.
Yeah.
They're easier to throw. I believe there's more impact than just listening to one person talk up there the whole time. Plus, it breaks things up a little bit,
Yeah. Yep. It does, man. It's good. It's different perspectives. It's different paces. You can, and people are not always going to connect with the one person, and you got multiple people that they can connect with, and they just find more value. And I think the thing, to the question, are they open to being real? I mean, you're trying to find people of like mind. I mean, here's the reality, right? It's we'll get Albie back in a second here. The reality is that 8 or 9 people out of 10 aren't even going to execute on the strategies that are shared. So it doesn't even really matter, right? The information you share is that people aren't going to execute on it anyways. So it's like, why are you of scarcity mindset to share what you know? Just come into the place of, I'm just trying to add as much value as I possibly can, and just continuing to have that impact. And the cool thing is that in most of the time, the reason that it doesn't stick, Albie, and this, is that they haven't heard the message enough times. I think, what is the science behind it? 7 or 8 times you have to hear the same message before you really start to get it. And It's like, okay, got it. Okay, that starts to make sense. And then now I can get some structure and some context around to be able to implement that particular idea. Yeah. And so, that's really the reality of it, why you really shouldn't be scared or have a scarcity mindset to share anything.
Yeah. Just and want to unpack what you just said. And this is with everyone about having to hear the same message over and over again. When Jay and I were on the plane back from Arizona, Scottsdale, at our last event, we at least had heard Brett go tell us 7, 8, 9, 10 times, it's all about events, it's all about events, it's all about events. And we should know better because we were putting on our own event.
Like, how many events have we had over the last decade?
I mean, it wasn't that we didn't understand or believe the principle, but we were missing one key point because our alpha brains think we have to be the ones holding all these events, and we should be inviting and leveraging Brent's events and vice versa.
Yep.
So that was a big aha that we heard a million times, but never went all in on the strategy. And I can tell you right now, from the list of people, which you saw our Google Doc, we bought 20 tickets to the Tony Robbins event. We bought 20 hotel rooms. We ended up buying 5 more hotel rooms and 10 more tickets, and now it's sold out.
Yeah. How many did you get the official head count? How many total tickets for the entire all 4 levels or whatever?
No, I don't know how many.
I heard 6,000 was thrown. I was just trying to.
I confirm. Think that the number 6,000 is being thrown around by Go, saying I could have gotten 6,000 people there, but I don't see how 6,000 people they're going to be able to put them in all one room in one event. Maybe it's definitely possible, I suppose, at that hotel.
We are in Texas. Remember that.
Yeah, you're right.
The Wild West.
There's going to be at least 3.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about the sprint. So next week, this time I'll be on a plane to Nashville. We're going to be hitting at the Central Region Sprint.
I'll see you there, right?
Oh, you're coming to Nashville?
I open day 2.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Jay opens day 1. I open day 2, and then you, Jay, and a few others are closing us up on day 2 panel.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's
cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
We got to hook up with Dustin.
Already in the works, man. I put the bug in his ear when he was here last week. What a great show. God dang. We've known Dustin for a long time, and I really haven't paid much attention to his music, but man, the dude can flat out perform.
Yeah.
He can flat out put on a show, and it was great. So happy for him, man. It was just really, really cool to see. And he's as awesome as they get, man. I haven't seen the guy, just whatever on social, back and forth. Man, he walks right up, starts giving everybody a big hug. Hey, how you doing? And he's just, I don't know. It was just a great overall experience. It was really cool.
He's about to drop a song with Gary LeVox.
Yep. That's coming up. It hasn't dropped yet, right?
No.
But it's about to. Yep.
He gave us a little taste of it, and it's fire. Like everything he touches is fire. So hopefully any of your honey badgers are going to be down in Nashville. Make sure you hit the heart button. Hit that heart button and make sure you connect with John and Jay and myself. And then I'm flying back Friday. I'll be home Saturday picking the boys up, and Sunday flying back down to St. Thomas and St. John.
Oh, that's the trip.
So it's gonna be good times.
That's so good. It's
gonna be fun. Yeah, I can't wait to get back on the rock.
I'm jealous. I will gotta wait till Mastermind, which will be back in September, and then we've got our week getaway the first week of November.
Yeah, that'll be 1, 2, 3. That October trip will be my 5th time back down there this year.
I
might see if I can make it 6. We'll see.
Might as well. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming up, man. There's a lot of great momentum. You just shared the text this morning. The Honey Badger Facebook group broke 8,000.
Oh yeah, congratulations, everybody.
Pretty special, man. I mean, they celebrated 4,000 when we were in Fort Lauderdale for EXPCon 17. That was EXPCon 17, right?
Yeah, 4,000 agents total in the company, right?
Yeah. When we joined.
Actually, that was 5,000 in that October. When I joined, it was 4,000. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. It really is. It really is. And I think the biggest thing, you guys listening in, getting clear on, that big future. It's the for our present to be better, our future has to be bigger. And it's one of the things that we've always said, from the mastermind room year after year after year, is that you guys aren't thinking big enough. And so just a lot of people tuning in to this, and if they're listening to this conversation, I would be willing to bet most of them aren't thinking big enough. They're not, envisioning a bigger future. And that's where the power of those big events, getting in that room, getting into seeing and stretching what's possible, allows your thinking to, because that's the biggest constraint that all of us have in our lives, is the constraint in our thinking. And what drives our thinking is the circumstances, the environment, right? So you've got to be in the room, in the environment that's going to allow your thinking to expand, and take advantage of what's coming up, take advantage of the events. And just like Al said, what's heavy is when you have to create content for events. That's heavy. What's not heavy is, like what you said, if you want to host an event, doing it that way. But also what's really not heavy is inviting people to other people's events.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of events, that would be great to bring some real estate agents to Rock and Rescue. It's September 16th. It's a Thursday here in Cleveland. You shouldn't have a problem finding hotels. It's so super easy. And we've had dozens. In fact, Dustin Black was there at our last one.
Yeah.
He brought another country singer. This is before Dustin dropped anything as far as music was concerned yet, so he wasn't performing, but he came as a guest and loved it. And you'll be pleasantly surprised on how cool Cleveland is, and especially the venue that we have. It's the coolest in Cleveland. In fact, Steve Aoki just played there a couple weeks ago. Lil Jon just played there a few weeks ago. It's outdoors. It's super, super cool.
Yeah.
And come on, come one, come all.
Come on. Who's can you tell everybody who's performing? Who's the headline?
Yeah, so it's not really a headline, but we have two bands. One is Tyler Reed, and Tyler Reed's a country artist from the area. He's played in almost every rock and restock and rescue that we've had. He's a fan favorite. Everyone loves him. If you like country music, you're gonna love Tyler Reed. It's all popular stuff. He'll even do some
Covers.
He'll mix in Tom Petty. And so the second band is called Tricky Dick and the Cover-Ups. And what's great about that band is they play stuff that everybody loves. They're one of the
that's awesome.
popular cover bands in Cleveland. They play at in Bay all the time. And their lead guitarist is Doug Schultze, one of my top agents. And so it just felt fitting.
He's awesome.
He's the best.
Oh, he's so awesome.
Such a showman. They both put on such a big show. Great show. But you know, the artists that we've had at this have been all great. But what really makes this event so special, where people walk away from it saying, "Oh my God, that was a great night," is because it's all industry people. We're all there together. Nobody's there competing against anyone for anything. It's a great environment. You know, it's a great venue, and so it's just the night flows, and it's like I said, if you're in Cleveland, you're listening to this. If you're anywhere in Ohio, or you want to hop on a plane and come, yeah, it's a great place to bring agents. You know, and it's from a mix of all different brokerages.
Yeah.
There's
for a great cause too, man. Tell a little bit about it.
Yeah, the cause has changed over the years.
Yeah.
The Rock and Restock was born from Chad Goldwasser, a good friend of ours down in Austin. He gave me the idea. I didn't come up with it, and he let me borrow it. And we ran with Rock and Restock was rock out and help restock the shelves of the food bank. That's where Restock came from. And so we did that because we've been a big supporter of the Cleveland Food Bank. But then a thing called child trafficking and human trafficking started becoming a big problem a couple years ago. Well, it's been a problem, I think, for a long time, but it came to spotlight. So we picked two charities that are fighting the good fight in that cause, for that cause. One is a local lady who just dedicated her life to it, and so that money goes to her. Half the money will go to her, and half, of course, Nikki Gregory's Agent Act, which is Agent Act is Agents Against Child Trafficking.
Yeah.
So the money all going to a great cause, and we're going to be raising more money than ever for those causes this year because we have lower overhead because we're not spending $20,000 on a band.
Yeah, I love it.
Kind of learned our lesson with that, and so it's going to be great. And by the way, I got the blueprint. If someone wants to throw one of these in their market, when we talk about it's heavy, this is heavy. This is an example of heavy. But if you have some experience in throwing events already, you probably have a good framework, and we can give you the rest. And I'm happy to chat with anyone about that. But it's a great, and talk about, you know, putting your brand out there, the marketing behind this and the branding. It's pretty cool. You know, when you can see what it does. You can invite all your past clients and everything like that too. So
it is. It's awesome. It really is. Thinking's huge, but could use some strategies to implement to get there. So what I would tell you there, it's good strategy, bad strategy. Good strategy is solving the right challenge. Bad strategy is solving the wrong one. You know, most agents have goals. They don't have strategy. And so you've got to kind of look through that. If you message me, man, I've done a lot of talks and trainings around implementation of strategy, good strategy, bad strategy, getting clear on the vision. It's right things, right order. I mean, this is my talk in Nashville next week. It's what's the goal, what's the vision, and what's the model look like to get me there. The only thing that supersedes strategy is model. And then it's the right strategy to get there, supported by the right team of who's to help execute on that. And it's 4 things. It's simple, not easy, but right things, right order. And so if the vision is large, then what does the model have to look like for us to get there? And then how am I going about strategy, solving the biggest challenge within the model that's in pursuit of the vision? And so if you just message me, man, I'll point you in a lot of directions. And I can tell you a hidden little gem is over on YouTube. Man, if you guys just dive in, there's so much stuff that on our YouTube channel, John Kitchen's coach, that, I mean, can solve a lot of the things that I know a lot of you guys are wrestling with.
I'll give you the number one thing, because everything you said is true right there, but none of it's going to work without one thing, and it's commitment. And you got to commit, and with that commitment comes action. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people that, ask me questions about Rock and Rescue or events we're doing, like, just do your first one. Do it.
That's it. Commitment.
I mean, the enemy of what is the enemy of completion is perfect, or
enemy of great is good.
Yeah, no, it's like trying to like overthink.
Oh yeah, perfectionism.
Don't take any action. Just commit to a date, and then go.
You'll figure it out.
Like go book the room, and now that's done. You just put the deposit down. It's done. You're committed. Throw down. You'll get the money back.
You'll figure it out. If you commit it, put the date in the calendar. You'll figure it out.
Do it.
You'll figure it out, man. It is
right now. All the strategies, and that's you're gonna need that, no doubt.
But you gotta have the commitment first.
You gotta commit. Mm-hmm. Commit to it.
The thing too, and this is obviously Dan Sullivan, 101, is that, most people are like, well, I need some confidence to be able to do it. Well, you don't get confidence without commitment first. And what he talks about in the 4 C's is that it takes a commitment and then the courage to go through the process and develop what he calls the capabilities, to develop the skill set, to then have the confidence. Confidence comes last. Commitment, it all starts with what you just said. I mean, you couldn't be more right about anything that we've talked about today, is that if you don't have commitment, none of this is going to matter.
What were the 4 C's? It was commitment.
It's commitment, and then the courage to move forward, to develop the capabilities, which is develop the skills needed, and then that's where the confidence comes.
Aha. See? I'm learning something today.
And what happens too when we start to go through that is we start to get those micro wins, right? Those mini wins.
Yeah.
And then that confidence continues to build, right? So that's what Adam Grant talks about in Thinking, his newest book. He talks about the armchair quarterback, and then imposter syndrome. So he's like, what happens is that the armchair quarterback, man, their confidence is super off the charts, but their competence is low. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then the imposter is, man, my competence, like, man, I know this very well, but my confidence is so low. So it's like, make the commitment. But here's what he says. He says, here's the balance. Is, man, you just got to be humble. You got to be humble to know that you're going to mess it up. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. And have the humility to keep moving forward and follow those 4 C's, right? Commit, have the courage to stay the course. You're going to develop the skill sets, and then the confidence is going to be there. And man, it's just a magic recipe. It's always right. It's always right things, right order. It's always a sequence.
So just in unpacking that, John, what the first thing that came to my mind was that I think that agents struggle because they get it backwards, because they think they're coming to this event because they need more confidence or more capabilities, and that's going to give them the confidence and the courage and all this. It's the opposite. It's committing without knowing that it's going to be.
Oh, it's always commitment.
So that's brilliant. And I've heard the 4 C's before, but I love that breakdown of them. So it's commitment first. The commitment, then you're going to get the courage.
Have the courage to just keep moving forward.
The courage to take action.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that you can even reverse those two. You got to have the courage, but get that interchange. But then after that, after you've committed and you have the courage to do it, that's when you get the confidence and the capabilities and or competence, I should say. And then the confidence you have after it's done, then you can do it again.
Mm-hmm. Keep recommitting. Keep recommitting. Yeah. Keep recommitting.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's so powerful. I mean, I know Chep is all about that, right? And it has to start with commitment. It just has to.
Yeah. Get out and commit.
Get out and commit. Brother, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you guys had a fantastic holiday weekend. It was great here as well. Awesome. And looking forward. I can't wait to see you next week. I fly in day one. I fly in that morning. Are you getting that morning as well?
Tuesday.
Oh, so you're coming in the day before.
Yeah. With my flights, nothing goes straight anywhere unless I'm going to Dallas. So I'm getting in toward the end of the evening, late afternoon.
Okay.
Tuesday. I'll see you then.
I'll see you Wednesday morning, and look forward to seeing you guys soon as well. You guys take care. Have a great week, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See you at the top.